question on the enemy of devotion. If we want to maintain a pure connection with grace, what separates us from this?
So if sincerity to your truth, to grace, is devotion, the enemy of devotion is your ego. I know and I don't need help. So the ego steps in and cuts off the connection to your truth. When you are in a place of I don't know, you are allowing yourself to be in a place where you can learn. It's power. It's a vulnerable place to be in power. But when you are in a place that I know, there is nothing else you can know more than what you already know. You're saying, I'm full, don't worry about it, I don't care. So your truth sort of dissolves away. You become ignorant to your truth. You're ignorant to yourself. When you become ignorant to yourself, ignorant to your truth, you're ignorant to everything and everyone around you. You share this experience, this knowledge, this wisdom that you've been born with. It's already in you, guys. You're not learning anything that you don't know already. The teacher only shows you the way to the truth that's already existing in you. He has to awaken that truth for you, put you on the path. And every now and then, this ignorant ego mind will come. The mind of self, me, myself, I will come and interrupt that flow. And you can't even see until the teacher will tap and say, hey, he's there again. She's there again. It's hindering your growth. It's hindering your transformation.
Welcome to another podcast with the Healing Warrior Tribe community. And welcome, Rajan.
Namaskaram, David.
In my journey of healing, I'm learning to ask what is devotion and to surrender my ego so I can receive the energy of the teacher.
Good question. Devotion is nothing but being sincere to your truth. Devotion is to be sincere to your truth. And truth is grace. Your ultimate truth is grace. When you surrender to that truth, you naturally are surrendering to grace itself. That's devotion.
When choosing a teacher, what are the qualities of a teacher that a sadhaka should look for?
Quite simple. Look for a teacher or observe the teacher and the teachings and see how they are aligned to grace. If the teachings and the teacher is not aligned to grace and his or her path is not showing the pathway to grace, then there is something that is not in alignment there. So, in simple words, look for someone who you feel aligned from your truth and be sincere to them. Be sincere to the teaching. Be sincere to the truth, the light they're showing through the pathway that they're guiding you. Devotion is something that is very important to learn something. If you don't have the devotion to learn something, now think about this. We've been trained to do many things, going to school, driving a car, pass exams. Hated that. But only when we have that commitment to learn and study or even mug and respond to that question paper, whether it's a driving test or a written test or an oral test, we have to have that commitment and devotion to that subject, whatever we had studied. Not necessarily it comes from a place of truth. It comes from a place of compulsion for some of us who were in school and learning the subjects and not in alignment to what we were learning. But we did use devotion and commitment and sincerity there, some sort of sincerity there to pass the exam because it was crucial to move to the next thing. I'm just going to use a driving test, right? If you're not devoted to the driving, learning the driving of how to navigate with a machine, with a car on the streets, it could cost a life. So then you are sincere in the lessons that you're learning. You take everything the instructor, whoever's the instructor that's teaching you how to drive, you're taking those instructions very clearly, carefully, and placing them so that you remember and your muscle memory remembers how to drive this car. You're committed to being a sincere driver. If we take it and put it into our life, are we committed to learning the lessons of life, how to navigate this human life in this life? Are we sincere? Are we putting that amount of devotion and commitment? We're being in bhakti of the divine self, this being, to navigate this vehicle through this life. And suddenly when you see it from that perspective, we get a car, it comes with a book, everything you need to know about the car. You go for a driving test, you get a book and a video and a manual and a person teaching you how to drive and operate this car. How come we take birth in a human form and we don't understand that we need to learn about this human being, this sharira, this body, this buddhi, this mind that operates. So it is not a complex, it's a very beautiful question, but I wanted to give the simplicity of this word devotion because we have been using devotion in all of the aspects and assets of life. Buying a property, even buying a television or a video game, we go through and compare so many different models to pick the one, right? But how come we don't take that amount of effort in applying to this human life? That's why a guru is taken. But
So many people nowadays, when addressing the topics of spirituality and healing, they don't have a teacher. And there's a lot of talk about unconditional love. We're all one. Can you shed more light on this?
David, this is very much the current state of our community, society, world, you could call it. Everyone wants to be their own guru. Also, the word guru has created some ripples over time based on the stories of some of the gurus that's veered off the path of grace. Anything can be good or bad, correct? So technically, good or bad is a perspective and a perception. But when a human starts following and gets into this notion of they know it all, with the ultimate truth is all of us is one and one is all, but they don't have a guide to guide them. And they're just driving around with this body in whatever direction saying all is one. It's delusional. Can you put that delusion in a driver's mind and ask him to drive in the middle of any city or actually any street? What would happen?
It wouldn't really go anywhere.
No, they would cause chaos. They would cause chaos not only within themselves. They don't know whether to turn left, where to turn right. They don't know how to see the signs. They don't know how to follow the guidelines, the rules. They don't know what the other person's doing, what the other person's pathway is. They're going to go crash. Not just crash, just go crash multiple times in multiple places and become fatal to themselves and the environment. They're not in symbiosis. They're running their own environment in their own minds without knowing the ultimate truth. When you don't understand your truth, your deeper truth, your ultimate truth as to why you took birth in this human form, you need somebody to guide you. You can read the books, but you don't understand the text. The interpretation of the text needs someone to decode it for you so that you understand what it says. The sacred text, I'm talking about the scriptures, Vedas. The Bible is a Veda. The Quran is a Veda. The Tirumandiram is a Veda. The Bhagavad Gita is a Veda. The Jewish ancient scriptures are Vedas. The Buddhist texts are Vedas. They're all Vedas. And they're all one. True. But to know what that one means in you, you need to learn. You need someone to guide you through that process. That has to be transmitted. Otherwise, we are like driving around in directionless, in delusion, without a GPS, without a map, and we don't know where we're going. I've done this, David. I've learned from a lot of different teachers, metaphysical teachers, and gone through scriptures. And I reached a point where I did not have clarity in direction. I needed a GPS code. I had done a lot of work until I found Babaji. And then he became my anchor. But then he, again, still is in the metaphysical form. When I have a mortal anchor and an immortal anchor, I got the strongest GPS. And all I'm teaching and sharing is just that. Nothing complex, no woo-woo stuff, just simple stuff that is achievable. Anyone could achieve it. You don't have to be of a certain religion. You don't have to be of a certain belief system. If you've taken birth as a human being and you are a human in this earth, on this planet, and in this time, in this Yuga of Kali, this is the lesson that you need to follow. Simplify. Start with moving your body. Start with breathing. Align your body. Align your sharira. Align your buddhi. Align your mind. Align your bhavishya. Align your timeline. Everything should be aligned into grace. That's the pathway. It's simple. It's straightforward. But there is work to do. It's a journey. Someone needs to guide you through, just like driving lessons. Once you figure it out, your timeline, the power of understanding a timeline, will take you to where your destination is with this vehicle. You start getting absolute clarity as to what you're supposed to be doing. And for that, you need a quality called devotion. We have 3 qualities that we need. We are inviting people to join Healing Warrior Tribe, but everyone who needs to be coming in needs to have 3 tickets to pass the exam. This driving test, the entry test is, you need to have eyesight, you need to have ear, and you need to need to be having a sharp, or at least a decent mind that you can see left to right. So like that, we have 3 precepts: respect, devotion, discipline. And that's why devotion becomes a primary key to know how to navigate through and listen and learn, so that the ego doesn't jump in forward and blinds you from your destination.
It's mind-blowing,
Hmm.
to be honest. So grateful to have this connection to grace so that you can transmit these teachings.
Thanks to my teachers. Through their transmission, I'm transmitting.
Thank you very much.
I don't ask me later on. I'll not remember any of this, but at all times, it's so much knowledge. It's so much knowledge that too much wisdom. It can't be contained in one body. You can't remember it. You can't memorize it. The way we've been taught is to memorize everything, to remember things. You can't memorize. You keep yourself in a state where you can access knowledge and wisdom and information. The earth that we walk, mycelium spores that's there, it connects us to this information. The lineage authorities of the knowledge, where the knowledge flows from the very core, the source of knowledge itself. When you're in honor to that, when you're in devotion to that, it keeps flowing. It's a channel. The moment you question, one piece of ego drops in front of you and you question, then that knowledge is not flowing in. And that's where we lose
the knowledge. I had a question on the enemy of devotion. If we want to maintain a pure connection with grace, what separates us from this?
So if sincerity to your truth, to grace, is devotion, the enemy of devotion is your ego. I know and I don't need help. So the ego steps in and cuts off the connection to your truth. When you are in a place of I don't know, you are allowing yourself to be in a place where you can learn. It's power. It's a vulnerable place to be in power. But when you are in a place that I know, there is nothing else you can know more than what you already know. You're saying, I'm full, don't worry about it, I don't care. So your truth sort of dissolves away. You become ignorant to your truth. You're ignorant to yourself. When you become ignorant to yourself, ignorant to your truth, you're ignorant to everything and everyone around you. The people who throw garbage on the street, nature reserves, it's out of ignorance, purely out of ignorance. The people who don't think about the other people around them, other beings around them, who don't think about the microbiome that surrounds them. They pollute the air, they pollute the earth, they pollute the rivers. It's just out of ignorance, because they are ignorant to themselves. When one is in devotion to oneself, you start tuning into where you are and what you're doing and who you're with. And in that space, you're constantly like vibing, you're present, you're aware. Your being expands. And this should be the bhavishya of our human race, not in the bhavishya of ignorance, but in the bhavishya of being a light being. To share this experience, this knowledge, this wisdom that you've been born with. It's already in you, guys. You're not learning anything that you don't know already. The teacher only shows you the way to the truth that's already existing in you. He has to awaken that truth for you, put you on the path. And every now and then, this ignorant ego mind will come. The mind of self, me, myself, I will come and interrupt that flow. And you can't even see until the teacher will tap and say, hey, he's there again. She's there again. It's hindering your growth. It's hindering your transformation.
Thank you for answering these questions and sharing this knowledge for all of us to learn about devotion and connect with grace.
My pleasure, David. Thank you. If you want to learn more about how to live a transformative life and how to actually start living the human being's life and not being the human doing, reach out to us. Check in and see how we can be of help. If you need guidance in the pathway to life as a human being, reach out and transform your human being, this body. Create that energy body. create that clarity in mind, knowing what is that you come, your primary reason you took birth as a human being, taking a human birth, knowing what is the future timeline that I need to create, what are the problems I came here to solve. Be the beacon that you came here to be. Thank you very much. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, David.